Better.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Look at this new little setup.
Oh my god, it's so new and
God.
refreshed. Just really needed to change things up,
Yeah, and this just made the most sense in terms of changing things,
Right.
in a way to try and change things.
Mm-hmm.
We had so many options, but this is what we ended up deciding on.
Right. Which if you're listening to this on audio, that makes no sense.
I mean, if you're listening to this on audio, got 2 words for you. But yeah, again, there's a lot of different things we could have done.
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice that a lot of it may look the same.
Looks similar.
We
took a lot of inspiration from the original setup. Yeah,
exactly. But I think having a new setup gives a new sort of energy.
Flavor.
I don't think it's possible to understand what either of us said there because we at the same volume and exact time said words. What did you say? Nice way to
I said flavor.
Flavor. Do you know what I said?
You said energy?
Okay. All right. I had no idea what you said, but that's because mostly I try to just hear myself.
Right, of
so
course.
in any instance where both of us are talking, I only hear me.
No, that makes sense.
Okay, I guess that's a good minute and 30-second intro for us to get started on S. Soup. You're in the chair?
No,
I'm just kidding. Welcome back to SMSoup, everybody, the number 1 podcast with soup in the name, but not on Shelby's brain, who is incapable of doing the intro and having any way of taking myself, Spencer, and
Shelby
on the journey through life's biggest questions, and you, dear listener, with us as we ask the important questions like, waiter, how's the soup made? I think that all made sense, even though
I'm not sure it did.
there was no breath or stop at any point, but I think it made sense because I was doing a dig at you because you're incapable of doing that part where I explain what we do here on the podcast. Shelby, how are you?
I'm pretty dang good.
Pretty dang good.
Pretty dang good, I reckon. I heard someone say that in real life yesterday.
You heard somebody say reckon? Or?
I reckon. That was a response. And no laughter or anything followed. It was a real response. That was crazy. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty good, actually.
Cartoon character? What cartoon character did you talk to yesterday?
Yeah, I was watching this little known. I have nothing. I got nothing. I can't even build off what I was just about to say.
No, go ahead.
No, I really have nothing.
I'm excited.
Yeah, his name's Silas. He wears a really big cowboy hat. Like if Abraham Lincoln's hat was a cowboy hat, that's his cowboy hat.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
His boots are like 4 sizes too big.
All right.
So he trips constantly.
Okay.
And he always has a snake in his boot.
Okay.
And if you pull the little string on his back, he says that all the time. An original idea. That's all.
I have no idea what you're even trying to reference.
Nothing at this point. So I'm pretty good. How are you?
I was good.
Now you're terrified.
Now I'm terrible. Terrible. Just terrible. Not terrified.
Okay.
I'm good.
That's good.
Can't complain too much.
Getting anything exciting lately?
Huh?
Did you... Did you... Did you...
What? I genuinely just didn't hear you. Like I didn't track what you said to me. I don't know why that's so funny.
I don't know. It just felt like I don't know. Felt like a build off of the whole when you talk and I talk at the same time. I just don't hear what you're saying. It just felt like a build off that, and I knew it wasn't, but I just.
You're crying.
I am crying. Have you done anything fun lately?
No. Oh my god.
Nothing? Nothing fun.
Not really.
That's sad.
Not really.
You want to talk about it? Fun.
I I don't know, just like nothing outside of the normal.
Yeah. Sure.
You know,
Mhm.
like it should always be assumed that
Every day is fun.
every day is fun because every day I get to play video
Are you
games.
saying every day is awesome?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Cool. This week was exceptionally good.
This
my
week
opinion.
was all right. Yep. Yeah, it was all right. It was good from
I thought you were just going to stop talking.
I can.
No.
I don't want to miss anything you say, so maybe I should stop talking. I was just going to say it's hard to sometimes separate your week.
Yes.
Like from like if I don't include work in my week,
which I try not to.
This week was exceptional. I agree.
Yeah.
It was a great week. We didn't like do a whole lot. We got to relax.
The best kind of week.
We got to like we finally got to enjoy the pool.
Yeah.
And like all around it really felt like
a refreshing week.
It felt like the post-work aspect of the day.
Yeah.
Really was making up for what was, I would say, a pretty bad week of work.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this week was pretty darn good. It was pretty, for not doing anything, I feel like I was pretty, like, busy with other things. Like, we streamed and we got you your first freaking platinum, which I don't know how much of that we were doing during the week or not, but we did that yesterday.
A little bit. Did a little bit.
But I know
a day or two.
There were a couple of the days where I was just like, Shelby, I can't go after these fucking chests again.
Yeah. I don't know if we said anything about it on here thus far.
Oh man, we've been forgetting to update on like our gaming. So
I know.
First, 7 Days to Die update.
We don't have one.
We haven't played.
We haven't played it in months.
That's what we were doing as a weekly update. So yeah, let's get back into that. We've been playing Minecraft Dungeons.
We have. I mean, as a whole, I would say the game of Minecraft was kind of the first game we like ever started playing together, like truly playing together, not just like me watching you play something and give input.
Right.
Like the first, I'm holding a controller and I have to walk and look around at the same time.
The only game where we've really played something where I would say it was like a true shared experience, but only one of us was playing, was Skyrim.
Yeah, and that's what we do with like Telltale games too, which you like obviously just can't play with someone else. That's what I meant.
True.
We've had little like games like that we've played.
Okay.
But yeah, we played Minecraft a ton. And then...
I haven't played that in forever.
We have not played that in forever. We need to because I love Minecraft. And then, yeah, a few, like 2 months ago or last month, Minecraft Dungeons, which is a dungeon crawler, was a PlayStation Plus game, right?
Not to be that person. I think it's like...
Obvious?
No, I think it's like 4 months ago at this point.
Oh, really?
I think it's... Yeah.
I felt like we literally got it and then we were like, let's play this.
I feel like we started, but then I feel like we went like a couple of months without playing it. And because we had like all the like
travel and everything.
Well, now I can't remember.
No, maybe you're right.
We didn't start it up in Boston, did we?
No, we didn't.
Okay, maybe I'm off. I don't know why, but it was like sticking out in my head like April was when it was the free game for some reason.
Maybe we just didn't play it for the first like few weeks of it being
I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. But yeah.
Sure, we didn't play it up in Boston?
I'm positive we didn't play it up in Boston.
Okay. Anyway. Do you have the PlayStation app on here?
I do.
Give me a sec. Keep talking.
But yeah, from whenever we realized we had it, or we realized it was some game we could play together, we started playing it, and I feel like which is not a huge game, but we like flew through.
We started it back in March.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I have no memory of playing it up there.
So I'm just basing it off of March 17th at 5:42 p.m. You defeated your 50th mob.
Wow.
Wow.
Go me. But anyway, we were playing it together. I have no memory of playing it that long ago. Like, to me, this has all been the past, like, few weeks. That's crazy.
I mean, it looks like for the most part, like...
We probably played it, like, twice and then put it down and then
we
picked
played
it up recently.
In March.
Yeah.
on the 17th.
Yeah.
Looks like we probably put like 2, 3, maybe even 4 hours into it.
Yeah.
And then did not pick it up again until July 18th, it looks like.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
At which point, but that could be wrong. I mean, we might have like played and just not earned another
Yeah.
trophy.
Yeah.
But it looks like on the 18th is when we like earned another trophy finally. So
Right.
it's 4 months later.
Okay.
Sorry.
No.
That just like popped in my head. I was like, I feel like we got it so long ago. I feel like we started it when we got it, but like,
I guess
why did we only just play it and finish it now?
No idea.
But there was a lot going on. So
it was yeah. But yeah, basically we realized, which you're a big trophy hunter in the PlayStation gaming world.
me,
Yeah, definitely. And
do I do that?
we realized that playing the game, you all but get the platinum for basically playing the game. There was very little farming you had to do.
I hate to be the person to ruin a good illusion. That's almost every game.
Yes and no.
Anymore, that's almost every game.
Yes and no. Things that have difficulty settings, things that have time trials, things that have like collect everything, to me that's more than just playing the game. Like truly just I want to play through this game. I understand that's an aspect of playing the game.
What I'm getting at
But
is
those are all things I am not going to go back and do.
Yeah, what I'm getting at is most trophy lists are 50 trophies, the 51st being the platinum.
Yeah.
Minecraft Dungeons was not that many trophies.
No.
Typically it's 50. About 20 of those are story related.
Right.
And cannot be missed.
Right.
Then another 20 of those are cleaning up like a side mission or something, which is just a part of the game. By the time you finish the game, you're at like 48 of the 51 trophies.
No, I get
and like
that.
all you need to do is
Yes.
go and like pick up all the collectibles on the map, or
And I get that.
like it's very like you don't see too many challenge trophies.
I guess
Like
that's true.
throw
yeah.
a TNT and kill 10 mobs.
Yeah.
Which was one, and like honestly,
not even that difficult.
No,
when
like,
you really think about it.
when we were trying, when we like,
I mean, I
when it
got
got
it.
down-
I got it without us knowing.
you
it was
got
a
it
trophy.
accidental. Well, no, we knew it, and then you got it like right after I had said that that's one that we're gonna have to like
okay.
actually try for.
Okay.
Perfect circumstances and everything.
Right.
You get it, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I'm the trophy hunter, not you." But yeah, we realized that, like you said, like you getting that was so good though, because I was just like, that was gonna be the most annoying one.
Right.
Everything else was literally play the game and do a little bit of grinding,
Yeah.
depending.
Right.
And yeah, I basically, I think whether you wanted to or not, I was like, you're gonna get the platinum in this.
No,
Like,
I was into it. Once I got that one trophy that again we were like, ooh, that might be difficult, and then I got it immediately. I was like, you know what? I can platinum this game. Like I like it. I love Minecraft.
yeah,
Into the game, it's into Minecraft Dungeons. And I was like, we've done everything. It would be annoying to
That's-
leave like one trophy.
that's what's so
Which I know
great.
yours is like every game, but like I don't normally play a ton of games like thoroughly.
I know, but like
Ooh,
that's what's
punch
so
my
great
mouth.
about like a sandbox type game.
Yeah.
Like Astroneer that we're going to be playing.
Right.
I guess Astroneer has like somewhat of a through line, but it doesn't have a story. It doesn't
Right.
have like a definitive end necessarily.
Right.
And that's what's so great about using trophies as that. It makes you feel like I am complete.
Yeah. I've explored everything there is to explore.
I am become death.
Okay.
No, it makes you feel like
Yeah.
you've done everything that the developers set out for you to do on a neat little list,
Right.
curated perfectly for the game.
Yeah. No, I get that.
So that's why I'm like, with 7 Days to Die, which some of those are impossible for us to do together. So whether or not you're going to choose to like go back and get them, I'll guess probably not.
Probably
but like
not.
any game where we're able to, where we both are getting the trophies and stuff,
Yeah.
it's like, I'm going to be going for it anyway. So
No, definitely. It was funny though, because with Minecraft Dungeons, you got the platinum and we realized one of the trophies was an, I'll say, independent earned trophy. Like we couldn't benefit off of each other's actions.
yeah.
And
So there's chests in the game.
Yeah.
You need to open 100 chests for the trophy.
yeah,
If I open a chest, Shelby will get the contents of the chest,
But it
but it doesn't
count
count
as
as a
me
chest that
opening
she
it.
opened.
Correct.
So that means both of us needed to open 200 chests.
Correct.
Which the nice thing is that I got the trophy. We realized that, and then it was just like, okay, well then I just stopped. So like we had to have opened like 203 because there were a couple that I accidentally opened.
Right.
Just because of whatever.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? Like we opened as close to the bare minimum as possible. It wasn't like I got the trophy 3 weeks ago.
Right.
And then all of a sudden realized you still hadn't gotten it after like we finished the game or whatever. And it's like, I got the platinum, and all of a sudden it's like, well, what trophy do you have left? Oh, 100 chests? How haven't you gotten that? And it's just like, oh, fuck. We've opened 350 chests and I've opened 275 of those. We could have had this like, it wasn't that, thankfully, but it was, we did need to go back and do a decent bit of grinding.
Basically, we're left with, I guess we're literally just gonna keep running through levels, because of course once you got that, we beat the game and you got the platinum. So then it really was, we sat there for a moment, and of course jokes were made of like, you were like, well, I'm done with the game. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna delete the game. I'm done with the game. And I was like, I'm sitting there going, do I have what it takes to go back and open these chests by myself just so I can say I finally platinumed the game? Because it was so annoying to like have that be the only thing that was left. Like if it was some stupid challenge trophy, I wouldn't have been as annoyed about it. But the fact that like, again, the realization that the opening didn't count for both of us, that like we'd been through all of those levels, we had beat the game, and I was like, I have to go back and open these stupid, and we had no concept of how many I had opened. No count, like, because it doesn't tell you like you've opened 20. Oh, okay, I have 80 more. Like no concept. You just keep going until hopefully one worked. So,
and that's the negative of going and getting platinums and stuff, because when I have the platinum, it is like I could be completely enamored and in love with a game. As soon as I have the platinum for it, I no longer want to play that game. Because I feel like
you've done everything.
I feel like I am not working towards anything. And especially right now, I'm in the midst of every month games are leaving PS Plus. I try to platinum as many of those as I can. Before they leave, which has been great because I get to try out so many new games. And in the process, add to my platinums. But that like comes with a time crunch. And so it's like I could be doing other things. I got to be putting my time towards this stuff. But I mean, that being said, I still play MLB, which is a net zero, you know, of just time. But yeah, it's tough. And so I was committed though. I was definitely going to do it with you no matter what. But it's funny because as soon as you got the trophy and the platinum, very seriously, I deleted the game because I was like, oh, I got to be done with this game.
That's fair.
And also, as great as the game was, it would have been very tough to like.
It has very small amounts of replayability. It tries to, it has some daily.
And it has like
a 20-minute attention span per day.
And it does have like, you can keep working on like increasing your power to just keep playing on like harder and harder difficulties.
If you like a challenge,
technically. So there is still more to do.
But again, I wouldn't say there's more than like a maximum, if you're really into it, like an hour of replayability per day.
And you already have to play through the game 3 times, essentially. I just like
you've already done everything.
I can understand why somebody would be like, I can just keep playing this forever and ever. And like, kudos to that person. Not the type of game for me.
No.
Where I can do that. Though I did have a lot of fun with it. And I am like, let's play some more dungeon crawls.
Yeah, you literally said we want to look for other ones now and play those. Which, sure. I'm really good at running around and dying and...
So yeah, we played Minecraft Dungeons.
Yeah, we played Minecraft Dungeons.
Killed like 15 minutes talking about something that nobody cares about.
Well, if you have access to the game, it's really fun.
It is.
It's a game that I genuinely think anyone could play and have a lot of fun playing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think anybody can play it.
I do think it's better with friends.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's one of those games.
Don't know how enjoyable it is on
by
your
yourself,
own.
Unless you're
and that's why I was not gonna make you do the chess all by yourself.
Unless you're super into, because you can just like have an open online server, which I don't know how active they are.
Yeah, I have no idea.
We've only ever done
like
private.
Randos and stuff.
If you're into that, I guess. But otherwise, it's a lot of fun if you have a friend to play it.
Definitely.
But it's a very classic scenario of we might be okay if I die and you have to revive me. We have a 98% chance of failure if you die and I have to revive
And
you.
it's totally not true.
That is absolutely the truth.
No.
Because normally I'm running around and I'm like, any little stupid power-ups or anything, I've already used them all, and so I have nothing to work with, and you're dead and there's a million things to kill, and I'm like, Spencer, I'm so sorry, I'm about to let you down.
No.
And-
Shelby's burying the hatch. She was the better player for sure.
Definitely not.
For sure. You absolutely were.
I definitely died more.
You did not.
I definitely did.
I went down way more. I put you in the predicament of needing to try and get me up way more often. I will say that yes, if I went down, it
there
did
was a
feel
much
like,
greater chance that you weren't making it. We weren't making it.
and it was mostly just because of how you attempted to try and get me back up. Very erratic.
Yeah.
Forgetting
It's
that
my
you have a
playstyle.
potion to increase your health. Forgetting to put down the totem of regeneration whilst you're healing me, so that you're healing while getting shot while healing me. All things to consider.
Yeah.
But overall, I do feel like you I don't know. Overall, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like you were at times less aggressive, which is honestly better. And I feel like if you played that game by yourself versus me playing it by myself, you would have an easier time.
I can see aspects, yeah. I'm a ranged weapon girly, and you're a brute force ghost sprinting into a room of 500 things and hope for the best. You're looking for kill them all in one go, and I'm like, I will stand in this corner. And I will defend
I don't know what you're talking
everything.
about. I had my cursed beacon or whatever, and that thing fucking
I know.
tore through.
I know, but I'm saying, like, if you didn't have that, you still would have run into a room of a million things.
Yeah.
And tried to fight your way out of it. But yeah, no, it's a really fun game, and I'm excited to try other dungeon crawlers. Is the aspect of a dungeon crawler just the like random like enemies and you have to like make your way through a little maze basically? So that's just a dungeon crawler? Okay. Gotcha.
Pretty much.
But
Pretty
yeah,
much, girl.
so was getting a platinum the highlight of my week. It's up there. Not that I really care. I mean, it was fun. It was exciting to like finally. You look less than pleased. It was exciting to finally play a game in its entirety. But other highlights of the week, which you pointed this out, and I've been feeling the same way. I feel like our meals lately, this is the peak of adulting, is being so proud of the food you've been eating lately. Because you're like, am I killing it? Whether the food you've been cooking, just in general, the food choices you've been making. I feel like that is peak adulthood.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I did point it out. Well, I mean, you literally go through life, most people, day in and day out, not much different than the last.
Right.
Until you finally get to like the weekend and you have a day to yourself that maybe you get to do something fun.
Right.
And I feel like most people have, I'm sure, felt this way. And I know we have felt this way, where you just like, you're getting ready to go get some groceries and you're trying to think about what foods you want to make, and you stand there and you go, what the fuck do I eat?
Yeah.
Like, what meals do I make and eat? And I know we've had that like a ton of different times.
You go through phases of having no inspiration, having no energy, and then the opposite.
Yeah. And I don't know. Yeah. Everything's just been just absolute bangers right now. You've had this like pasta bake that you've been making that's real good.
Mm-hmm. I know I kind of want to like, I mean, I say this. I don't know if I said this on an episode or if you and I just talked about this, but like, I'm always like, I really want to get our like, we do have an SMSoup TikTok, and I believe we have an SMSoup Instagram. Neither have really anything on it. Like they exist, but they don't really like do anything. I constantly say I would love to like get more active, because then these little things we talk about that we're like, oh, there's this recipe or there's like this, like it'd be cool to be able to like tag something somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy on like a podcast platform.
Yeah.
You know. So like that would be really fun. Add it to the list of
As a list. But man, like
pipe dreams.
talk about like something that can, again, we want to talk about how each day the post work was like excellent.
Yeah.
That was a huge part of it.
I mean, food, literally cooking is like a huge part of everyone's like available post work hours.
Right.
And yeah.
But like, I mean, you normally cook in such a manner that we end up with a lot of leftovers.
Yeah.
And so then just like being able to eat those, you know, I know I made soup and we got a lot of leftovers out of that, but like that was like throw it in the freezer so that way
We have
it's
future
available.
emergency meals.
Yep. Not even emergency, just like when you hit that point where you're just like, I don't even want to think about cooking because we're doing XYZ this week.
Yeah.
Let's just pull down one of the soups that we have.
Definitely.
And that got good. Yeah, it's been good. You said something about how we aren't very active on TikTok or Instagram yet for the podcast specific account.
Mm-hmm.
I posted on X for the first time, I think since it's changed to X.
Okay.
Today.
Really?
Yep. I have not posted on Twitter in couldn't tell you how long. I like probably like since Elon took over and started making all these dumb changes and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, your searchability and everything is just garbage, and I just haven't. Like, I just scroll on it. I don't contribute to anything. I hardly like stuff anymore. I hardly retweet, or now it's called repost stuff anymore. Just because, like,
Can you imagine if you called it like Reacts? Just change the name.
He is just the dumbest motherfucker. Yeah, I literally just have not felt like.
What'd you tweet? Or sorry, what'd you X?
What'd I post? I'll get there. I just haven't felt like it though.
No, I got it.
And like, I know for all the reasons of trying to do anything within content creation, you should have a presence and consistency and all this other shit. And I just do not fucking have it in me.
Yeah.
To try on a site that is literally intentionally burying you unless you pay $8, and even then there's no guarantees.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, it's stupid. Somebody posted a picture of the Starfield start menu.
Okay.
Because that's out and available to everybody. If you don't know what Starfield is, upcoming RPG from the creators of Skyrim and Fallout. Basically, it's going to be on the scale of those types of games, those RPGs, but it takes place in outer space. Game looks amazing.
Does look really good.
Really can't wait to play it.
Yeah.
Somebody posted and it comes out in like 2 weeks. Somebody posted the start menu for it. Very basic start menu. It says Starfield has like the sun, like kind of like coming around a planet or whatever. So it's like a thin line of it or whatever. A crescent sun, if you will. And basically was like, what this start menu tells me is that I don't remember it exactly, so I somewhat apologize for misquoting potentially. But basically what the person was getting at is that like the start menu tells me that either the team was rushed or the team doesn't care.
Okay.
And my tweet was, if I had a nickel for every time a start menu changed my life or an opinion or my opinion on a game, I would have 0 nickels.
Yeah, 100%. If anything,
fuck you. Shut the fuck up. Like literally, you were just trying to start shit.
Yeah.
I mean, this person probably is a fucking Sony fanboy or whatever. Has some sort of vendetta against Bethesda or something or Xbox or whatever. And it's just like, shut the fuck up, please. For the love of God, shut up. Just shut up. Just shut the fuck up. It is a start menu. You are going to be on that screen, thanks to the new technology, for all of 5 seconds.
Right.
Fuck out of here. What more do you need? Titties? Like, Jesus Christ. It says Starfield. It says new game, continue, settings, something, blah.
Right.
Choose which one you want,
Right.
and then you're in.
Right.
Like, no, I want that to take up more assets, and I want it to take, because of all the assets that are there, I want it to cause the game to take a minute to load in.
Right.
Which I don't think that's how that would work, but regardless, like.
But yeah, let's make it more complicated.
Who cares? Who the fuck cares? It's like literally the epitome of saying shit to start shit.
Right. Also, in terms of just like user interaction, we all understand a start menu. Don't change what isn't broken. Like, because then you're asking for shit to break.
Also, I'm just trying to, like, I'm so genuine about a start menu has never made any sort of impact on my life because I can't even picture my favorite start menu.
Like, who's ever thought about a start menu?
Like, The Last of Us. The start menu is just a fucking room, and you're looking at, like, a window, and the window's broken, I believe, and there's curtains.
Yeah.
And they're, like, maybe flowing in the wind a little bit, and there's, like, sunlight coming in through the window.
But that has nothing to even actually do with the start menu.
That's, if you ask me, that's a boring start menu, too. It's like, it's just a fucking room. Who cares? It does not. Yeah. Like, it looks good.
Right.
It's cool.
Right.
It does not impact me in any way. Yeah. It has no relevancy to the game outside of showing you emptiness. It's apocalyptic.
I mean, there's more weight in which it should be obvious in my opinion. There's more weight to a cover, to a preview image or whatever, whether that's the little like all I want to say is favicon, and that's probably not the word. The like when you're selecting the game in your menu of your console, that is more important than a start menu. Like those, once you're at the start menu, you're gonna hit start.
Just go. Get out of here.
Yeah, I
don't want to see you.
Weird middle step so that if you need to change a few things for whatever reason, cool.
Or if you need to start a new game
find them.
Continue.
Yeah, you know where to find them. It's very laid out. It like makes sense. Otherwise it's pointless.
So dumb.
Yeah, all it does is show off we can slightly adjust our own games. Cool new features and technology. We can have maybe multiple saves, cool new features and technology. That's kind of all it's showing off. I know it's not new, but that's what I'm saying. That's all start menu is showing off. Is you don't have to just hop into the game and finish it all in one sitting. You can actually fucking do shit. That's all start menu is doing. And reminding you what you're playing, in case you forgot.
In the 2 seconds since starting it up.
Right, and it's going to tell you again in probably an intro screen once you hit start. Yeah.
It's just so dumb.
It is very dumb.
Like, I mean, literally, I want that person to like, okay, now show me the game that the start menu, as soon as you saw the as soon as the start menu, as soon as you saw that start menu, you were like, I know this game's going to be good. And then you played it and you were like, yep, this game was good.
Right.
If you can show me every single example of that,
right,
great. But I guarantee you're going to show me an example and I'm going to go, there's nothing special about that start menu.
Unless your account is, I get hard for start menus.
And you know what? In fairness, that was their
yeah, then you're on the wrong.
So
yeah, 100%.
Then I'm in the wrong.
Yeah.
That's on me.
That's on you, yeah.
They were
very clear about their intentions.
Audience,
yeah.
And it ended up getting out to an audience that wasn't intended for.
Yeah.
And now everybody's
because your
shitting on
username
them.
is start menus are stupid 99
Yes.
and yeah. The end.
Yep. Oh, brother.
Anyway, we watched Mission Impossible 4.
We did. Our pool's open.
Our pool's open. I feel like we kind of said that because we said we've been swimming, but
did we say that?
In case we didn't clearly say it, our pool's open.
You might have said that while I was talking. I missed it.
You said you were swimming this week. I'm not joking. You said that.
When did I say that?
You definitely said that.
I don't think I did.
Anyway, our pool's open, so we've been enjoying that. That has made the week better because we finally get to be
also been the post-work. Being able to
go out there
a little bit during work, you know what I'm saying?
If you can.
Okay, yes, Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible 4.
You
We
have to blur
watched.
that.
We watched.
35 minutes in.
Good to know. We watched Mission Impossible 4. I think we sort of said this. I was like, oh, maybe we remember more of this movie than we thought. Like Rabbit's Foot to me sticks out as like the first movie that like really for me started Mission Impossible, blah blah blah. And then I was like, I don't think I remember Ghost Protocol. Maybe I do. Watching it, I definitely did not remember Ghost Protocol. I remembered like 2 big scenes. Otherwise, could not remember the movie. And you said you actually did.
I
Like a good bit.
I was remembering a decent bit of it as it was like showing, as it was like moving along.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like one of those things where it's like watch the first second of it and I'm like, oh, I know exactly what's gonna happen the rest of this movie. It was more so like a scene started and I knew like exactly what was gonna happen until I didn't, and then it was like filling in the gaps.
Yeah.
By rewatching it, and then like all of a sudden they'd be somewhere else, and it's like, oh, I know what's gonna happen here. Stuff like that.
Yeah. General premise of the movie, the reason it's called Ghost Protocol, which they said this is the first movie that has a subtitle in the series.
Yep.
The others were Mission Impossible 1, 2, 3. I was looking up quick trivia. They had contemplated removing Mission Impossible from the title as a whole. They were sort of afraid that the whole, according to like one source, they were afraid that the like effectively it being known that it's Mission Impossible 4, even though they weren't calling it that, they were calling it Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. They were afraid that would like age the series because there'd been such a big gap in time between movie 3 and movie 4.
There wasn't though. Remember we were talking about that. The gap from 2 to 3 was bigger than 3 to 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because in like things they were they talked about like the pause between them.
And I literally thought that it was a bigger. I think it's 5 years.
Visually, it feels like a bigger gap.
I think it's 5 years from 3 to 4, and I think it was 6 from 2 to 3.
Oh.
I could be misremembering.
No, you might be right.
Maybe it was like 2 to 3 was only a year less than the gap from 3 to 4, but I remember it either being closer.
It said there was a very intentional gap between 3 and 4 for like multiple reasons. 1, 3 didn't perform as well as they hoped it would. Like 2 performed better than 3 upon release. And then there was word that, quote, Tom Cruise's erratic behavior. Can only imagine what that had to do with.
That guy not erratic at all.
They said that they had like delayed release because they were nervous about a lot of publicity stuff. And then I think that all also led to the reason of them debating leaving out Mission Impossible in the title as like, let's make this feel like its own thing. Let's try to like, in case they were worried that like people would be like, this old thing coming back, like whatever reason. They didn't do that, obviously, but they did ditch the number and start subtitling, which now all current ones since then also do the subtitle.
Yep.
They don't do the number, but we also all acknowledge it as a number. And I clearly, again, totally forgot about this movie because I thought this movie led into The Syndicate, which is like the big like through line then that kind of like follows like the 2 movies we know now, the 2 most recent movies. I thought.
Is Syndicate in Fallout?
I thought so. Maybe it's not. Maybe like The Syndicate to me is so much bigger of a storyline than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Less of a storyline than I thought it was. I thought it was a big through line. But they mention the Syndicate in like the last 2 seconds of the movie as like what he's clearly going to be focusing on in the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the one that Jeremy Renner's in, where he is like a secret agent, but you don't know he is until like halfway through the movie. That whole thing. The IMF was disbanded because of there was like an attack in Russia.
Remind me, what does the IMF stand for?
Impossible Mission Force.
Stupid name.
Absolutely stupid.
Dumbest name
and then
ever.
It's literally called Mission Impossible.
How like
it's very silly.
Hey, what is the unobtainable resource from Avatar called? Unobtainium. It's like on that level of just fucking stupid.
It is very silly.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Hey, what segment of the government do we work for again? Oh, the Impossible Mission Force. And what do we do? Missions that are impossible. Got it.
Cool.
Fuck you.
But
way to think your viewer is just bottom tier stupid. And I get that this was a show that came out in the 60s, so it makes sense, but still. I'm done.
You done?
Yes.
But yeah,
And another thing.
the IMF has been disbanded so that they go into Ghost Protocol, meaning like they all basically need to vanish. They need to like not do anything in theory. Anything they're doing is like not a sanctioned move. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, it was good. Honestly, I enjoyed it.
It's really good. It's really solid. Has a lot of really good moments, I would say.
Yes. Definitely.
To name a few, literally from the second they get into the Burj Khalifa until they leave is, and I know that's probably like 20 minutes of the movie, is like peak Mission Impossible.
Yeah, absolutely. Where they're like in the Kremlin, you mean?
The Kremlin?
Like they're like looking for the files. Is that what you're talking about?
When he like has to scale the building.
The tallest building. Yeah. My bad.
Which fun fact that I found out about the Burj Khalifa, so it's the tallest building in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And they are very serious about that. So anytime a building ends up being built that's taller than it, they literally like put scaffolding effectively. Like they literally are just like putting like Minecraft blocks
on
where
top.
They like put one and like go to the side and then just put another one just to keep it taller.
Yeah. I think
so
I've heard that somewhere. That's crazy.
Wild.
Yeah.
But anyway, like that, like so he like has to scale the outside of it and like just that's just like insane.
Which Tom
and, like,
Cruise did do that stunt because he wanted there to be freedom with the camera movement, that they could do anything they wanted. And he dangled outside the tower at approximately 1,700 feet in the air. Yeah, that was like obviously the big stunt of the movie was dangling out of that.
Yeah,
and they said they like had to like obviously fully remove like the window, and like two like basically window cleaners were outside, like, and they had to like quickly hammer the carefully hammer the window out to like remove it for the scene. Yeah.
Like that, the whole like climbing it, then him trying to get back into it.
Oh my god.
Was fucking hilarious.
This was the first time which I don't know if this just says something about like today movies, but he had like two major movements that not failed, but clearly caused him intense physical harm and like could have gone horribly wrong, which again, I don't know if that says something a little bit about the movies we now like as society today. Like, we don't want a perfect action movie. Not to say he never got like beat up in other ones, not to say any of that, but like two very big, like could have literally ended Ethan Hunt, like would have been over, and they were pretty comedically timed because it's just insane. And I feel like that's like the first time that really happened, and it happened like kind of twice in the movie. He also just gets like beat to a pulp, like for many reasons, more intense than in other ones. And I feel like that says a lot about like how he's treated as a character, like moving forward. Like they 100%. Show his mortality, I guess, a lot more intensely, starting in this movie. Yeah,
and then there was just like the whole like this had a really good moment of like, you're kind of holding your breath, even though like it doesn't feel like the stakes are that intense, but it's when Jeremy Renner needs to like blink to like print.
Yes.
And like everything there needs to be timed so perfectly for this like handoff as they're like pretending to be different people on different floors or whatever. And again, like it was just the fact that it's just like this needs to be timed so perfectly. And like again, it's just like nobody has a gun pulled on them or anything. There's no lasers coming.
No, but it's still
like,
so intense.
You still have this like finite window.
Yeah.
To get a paper printed. It's just like, it's so good though. Like they make you feel like the stakes are so incredibly high in that moment, because they are, and they like nailed the suspense and everything. And it's peak Mission Impossible. Like it's very well done. And to the point that you said at the beginning, it just feels like a new, different era and everything. Like Tom Cruise feels, and we both thought looks so much older than the first 3 movies. You
Yeah.
think he looks older than he does now.
I almost
disagree.
felt like he did, which probably isn't true. I probably will change that opinion. It's just on first glance, I was like, I feel like he looks older now than he does in new movies.
It's definitely the best he looks, though. Like,
oh yeah,
that I can think of. Like even thinking of like current movies, like he looks so good in this movie. It's ridiculous.
You literally equated it. They said, "What?" You said, "Why is he trying to look like?"
It literally in the last scene, the way they had his hair blown out,
Yeah.
he looked like Kurt Russell from like the 90s.
Yeah.
Like,
He really
good
did.
looking dude.
Yeah,
like,
it was funny.
Yeah.
Also, a fun fact, because you brought up the '60s television series Mission Impossible. The scene in the Kremlin, which this is like my favorite scene with the whole screen moving forward to mimic perception.
So
that's apparently used in the TV show, and it was somewhat of a reference to that.
Oh.
So apparently that's, which I would love to see how that tech is represented in the '60s.
Yeah.
Didn't like look it up. I just saw that as like a fact that was like a reference to that.
That's another great thing about this one, I would say, because the first 3 definitely were fairly lazy with, oh, we just swap faces, and like that's the big tech.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, am I missing anything that was like that was
Not
also
really.
super crazy? But like in this one, you had like the whole robot and the magnetic suit that Jeremy Renner had,
Which was crazy.
It was crazy, yeah, just like so cool. Like, like what a great idea. And then they were going to do face swapping, but like
it broke.
So it's like, oh, we can't. Oh no, we can't do this like easy out basically, and like so great. And then the screen and like that whole thing.
That's like one of my favorites.
So good.
Yeah.
Just so good. Literally the like hands on the thing, and you have to like roll, do it. And then Simon Pegg's character has like a much bigger presence now because he's like finally a field agent. And so like he had such a great comedic factor in Mission Impossible 3.
Yes.
But was only in it for like 5 minutes.
Right.
Total. And now he's like, oh, like truly a part of the movies.
You see that he's an important person now. Yeah.
I'm guessing this is when he finally started getting his name on the movies.
I do believe so, yeah.
Maybe he had it on Mission Impossible 3,
maybe,
but
I don't know.
I feel like this is when he was really getting his chops.
Yeah.
And he's fucking funny.
I am obsessed with him.
He is great comedic relief.
Yes.
In these movies.
Yeah.
He's perfect.
And they make sure to show you Luther in the last 5 minutes of the movie, so you don't forget. Like, he will carry over.
Yeah.
Like, he is a part of the core group. Like, don't worry. It's not like
it's good. It really is. Like, I get why. I can see why it has such an intense jump, and I think like modern cinema or whatever helps with these types of movies for sure.
Absolutely.
Because you can just tell, like, I don't know, maybe the 90s were just like a weird spot where you can have Jurassic Park, which still holds up, but then you can also have Mission Impossible where fucking Angelina Jolie's dad, whose name I can't remember, John Voight, dies in just like the fucking dumbest way possible, and like the helicopter like
looks insane,
looks so stupid, blowing up.
It's so funny.
So like it is this weird time where like some stuff was like so real and it worked, and
I mean they were trying a lot
bad.
with the obviously technical limitations that you had.
So maybe that is like part of the reason, but like this is a very complete and very good movie.
Yeah,
it's very well done.
I agree. I'm obsessed with, because they're in Dubai, like with the whole I forget the name of the tower, but
Burj Khalifa,
the use of the sandstorm, amazing.
Right,
amazing,
so good.
I know, obsessed with it.
So good.
I'm curious how it was filmed.
The sandstorm?
Mm-hmm.
I think they had to wait for a real sandstorm.
Wow, that's crazy.
So it's that time.
I know. Rankings.
What do you think?
I genuinely do really enjoy this movie a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I have a really hard time though placing it over Rabbit's Foot.
Mm-hmm.
A really hard time. As much as I can sit here and appreciate like all of the like, it feels like it's finally a part of like the newness of Mission Impossible. Like it truly does separate it. It's like literally 1 and 2 are these kind of weird ones. 3, you're like, all right, we're getting into it. And then 4 does make such a big jump to like how we know Mission Impossible today. But out of, unfortunately, I feel like nostalgia and true overall love of the whole story, I think it still has to go 3 on top for me. 4, very close second. and then 1 and 2.
I think I agree.
Yeah.
I think I agree.
Again, I really like Ghost Protocol.
4 is very complete and it's
Yeah.
very, very good. But I'm a sucker for this is the end or this is a late part of the movie.
Yeah.
But in the beginning.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams, you sick motherfucker.
Yeah.
And like Philip Seymour Hoffman as like the villain and like how he portrayed the character was just much more compelling.
Yes, like you don't really care about the villains, which you don't need to make it a good movie. But in 4, you like even sitting here right now, I'm like, I know what happened, but like I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like the villain, you're after this one guy, but like you see him 3 times.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then it's
like,
just
never
kind
once
of
does it feel like he and Ethan have this like
they
actual,
barely
like,
say word. He barely speaks.
Right.
He says like 4 lines the whole movie.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So again, I don't necessarily think you have to like the whole like everyone's like Thanos is one of the best villains ever. Like, you know, the whole like you like hear so much of like quote unquote his side. Not that you even know everything about him, but like people say that. I don't think you need that to have a good movie. To me, I enjoy the interactions more in 3 between what's his name? Philip?
Go ahead.
No, please help me.
Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Seymour Hoffman, thank you.
Hoffman? Now I'm not sure.
I don't know. I enjoy the interactions between the whole good and bad in 3 versus 4. It's just an all-out bad guy that we have to stop at all costs because it's lose or not lose are the options, and that's it. And like cool, his concept, and like you understood why he was doing it in the whole like it actually was very Thanos-esque, and like if we do something terrible, everyone will understand suffering, and then we'll have a better world on the other side. Like that's not a difficult to understand concept in terms of that, but there was nothing else.
Yeah,
like that's all he was a guy who wanted that.
Yeah,
and kind of had one guy who was helping him out.
What I will say is that with 3, if 3 is like a 9, which I don't know, I'm get into that
rating, yeah.
But if 3 is a 9,
yeah,
4 is an 8.9 for me. It is it's very close for me.
Yeah.
And it's so like both are so clearly better.
Yes.
Than 1 and then 2.
Yes.
And like I would say 1 has like a pretty good like lead on 2. In my opinion.
2 is very bad for me.
Like again, like it'd be like a 9 and 8.9, and it's very clear. Like 1 is like a 7 or 6.
Yeah.
And
2
then
is like
2 is like a 4.5 or something.
Yeah. I know. I feel bad. Even like I know 1 and 2 are never gonna leave their spots. Like I know that in my head already, having seen the Mission Impossible series.
Like 5 and 6. There's no possible way that either one of those is going to be worse than 1 or 2.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I find it. Because I still remember 6 so well, and I remember the experience that I had with it, and I know maybe that's part of it.
Yeah.
But there's just no way in my mind that 6 is not going to be the best one, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
So what really is going to be interesting is, does 5, like 5 is going to, it's going to be crazy if 5 manages to edge out 4, but not 3 because of how close it is for me.
Yep.
But also I find it hard to believe that 5 is going to be the 4th best.
Right.
So
I know it's really hard. And then we're getting closer to actually seeing Dead Reckoning. I'm really excited.
I know. We should go watch 5 right now.
We should go watch 5 right now. Then we have to make sure we remember everything for next recording.
Oh, yeah. I'll remember. Don't worry.
All right. Well, you've challenged me to come up with a canned ending. I still haven't. So
I was excited. I was like, oh, here we go. New seat, new Shelby. Nope.
Nope. I really do. I know this is, again, a bit of just me saying something. It'd be great to get our socials going so we can start like tagging things we're talking about. That'd be fun.
And we can start interacting with you, the listener.
God, yeah.
But in the meantime, again, those accounts do exist if you want to check them out in the chance we ever are active on them or saying things.
You put some clips.
There's some clips on TikTok, but again, it's a work in progress. But in the meantime, if you are our socials, Shelby and Spencer's are always in the description of the podcast episode. And we are on pretty much all streaming services in terms of podcasts, and we are in video form on YouTube if that interests you. So give us a follow or whatever on places that we are. And until next week.
You tried to come up with it
I
on the spot. It's
did.
all right.
Slurp was in it, and I didn't want
Nah.
to say that. So
Leave us a rating or a review wherever you listen, and we'll talk to you next week.